Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 8, and this is a checkered lace pattern, and I love this. It looks kind of like a basket weave, but it has a little bit of lace to it. Very simple and just my kind of pattern. So it is an 8-row repeat, and you want to cast on multiples of 6. So we have 3 repeats here, so you have a really good idea of what this looks like. So I already did rows 1 through 3 because they're just knits and purls, but I'll do row 4. It's a little bit more complicated, and then you do your 3 rows of knits and purls, and then row 8 is just like row 4, but kind of switched around a little bit because we're alternating these yarn overs. So we're bringing together these 3 stitches here, the 3 knit stitches, and we're doing 2 yarn overs. So I'm going to do a yarn over at the very beginning of this first row. I will show you my trick. So I do an increased stitch for my first stitch when a pattern calls for a yarn over on the first stitch, because I always find that hard. It would definitely benefit to have a border on this, but I thought it would be easier just to show you so you can see the repeats. So yarn over, and we're going to slip that first stitch purl-wise, and then we're going to knit 2 together through the back loop. And then we're going to pass this slipped stitch over. So we just decreased 2 stitches. So we did an increase 1, decrease 2, increase 1. So right there we have 2 decreases and 2 increases. So at the end of the row, we're going to have the same number of stitches. And then we're going to knit into these 3 purl stitches. And then we're going to repeat. We're going to yarn over, slip as if to purl, knit 2 together through the back loop, and then pass the slipped stitch over and yarn over, and then knit 3 stitches and repeat. Super easy to memorize. And knit 2 together through the back loop, which does take a little bit. It took a little bit for me to remember that. And then we're going to knit these last 3 stitches, and then the next 3 rows you're going to bring it together. So you're going to purl 3 on every row because so you're going to purl 3 and knit 3 for the next 3 rows, and then I will come back and show you row 8, which is just like this, but we're going to swap it around, and we're doing a yarn over at the end of the row, so I'll show you my trick on that too. All right, so now I'm back with row 8. So I just did 3 rows. So you have the 3 rows of purl stitches. That's how I can tell, because there's extra knit stitches because of the yarn over row. We knitted those stitches. So there's 3 purl and 4 knits. So we are ready for row 8, and so I can stop confusing you guys. We're going to knit the first 3 stitches. So we're knitting into those purl stitches, and these knitted stitches here, we're going to bring those together just like we did there. So I'm going to yarn over, slip as if to purl, knit 2 together through the back loop, and then pass that slipped stitch over. So it gives a very nice loose decrease. So I thought that purling 3 together would look nicely, but it kind of bunches up, so it really didn't work so nicely. So we're going to yarn over, and then slip as if to purl, and then knit 2 together through the back loop, which is also a slip knit, but I think knitting 2 together through the back loop saves me a little time, so I prefer to use it. But if you like to slip knit, you can do that. So did the yarn over, increase 1, slip 1 purlwise, knit 2 together through the back loop, pass the slip stitch over, and then we have to yarn over at the end, which is going to be that backwards loop, just like I did at the beginning, because I always lose stitches whenever I yarn over at the beginning and end of my work. So I have a really hard time with that. So that's my little trick. Not perfect, but for me, it's helpful. So I hope you guys find it helpful too. So this is the checkered lace. I really do like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's new stitch, and I will see you again tomorrow for day 9.